Gawker Media. What a long brawl this has been. For those of you who don't know what Gawker is, they are the guys responsible for bringing you wonderful websites like Jezebel, Kotaku, and Gizmodo, which in turn are responsible for wonderful headlines like, "Look at the sexy butt on these watermelons," "Miguel is having all the sex, all of it," and "Why women date assholes." Now, it's fairly obvious that Gawker Media is a clickbait factory. They produce articles and websites dedicated to wasting your time when you're bored. However, in recent years, they have grown into a company that for some inconceivable reason feels comfortable reporting the news, and is essentially responsible for reporting factual information to their readers. The only problem is that this is, at its heart of hearts, a website designed to distract you. The level of professionalism they put behind articles like "Misogynist Tantrum officially drives Ellen Pao from Reddit" is the same amount of professionalism they put behind articles like "Fuck Boston." There's no real scientific reason for anybody to say "fuck Boston," except for maybe, "hey, make your roads a little less ridiculous," but even then it's a subjective opinion, and that's exactly what Gawker makes. Subjective, opinionated nonsense. And that's totally fine. But if you're gonna do that, then you can't make unsubstantiated claims like this, in which they claim that the recent Reddit revolt was a movement designed to get rid of Ellen Pao as CEO of Reddit simply because she was a woman. Now, if you actually did research, you would know that Reddit has been having problems for a while under Pao, and that the whole revolt was sparked because Victoria Taylor, a woman who was responsible for managing communication between the management of Reddit and the moderators, was fired with no explanation, leaving moderators with no way to contact the higher-ups. In fact, the whole thing started because the Reddit community loved her and thought she did a great job. Victoria Taylor herself even made a public statement thanking the community for their support. So the idea that this was a misogynistic campaign is completely unfounded. It's entirely fabricated. Yet, here it is. And because the mindset of Gawker is so influential, guess what? Everyone else just runs along with it. They all made it about her gender. It's all because she's a woman, it's all because she's a feminist. Despite everything I just showed you, information that is openly available for everyone to read, that completely destroys that claim, it's their opinion that it's because she's a woman. This is Fox News for the left wing. This is opinion disguised as fact. This is rhetoric disguised as news, and the internet believed it. Until recently. Oh, what a story. Now, Gawker has had its fair share of issues. In 2013, they were sued by former interns who claimed that they were used in the same way that full-time employees were used, creating content and generating revenue for Gawker, all while not earning any pay. Then there was their hypocrisy on privacy, in which they posted professional wrestler Hulk Hogan's sex tape and refused to take it down even after being ordered to by a judge, all while reporting on naked photos of famous women being leaked online and claiming the moral high ground, even so far as going to say, "The site said it wouldn't comply with the request, you've gotta be fucking kidding me." And most recently we had this, an ex-Gawker writer who said the following: "When I was at Gawker, I wrote baseless posts accusing an actor of raping an ex-boyfriend. I did it because my boss told me to, but I wanted to too." Richard Lawson. Now, that admission did not come out of the blue, it did not come out of nowhere. That came after this article went live, an article in which they basically outed a gay man. Even Gawker's user base found it ridiculous, and so, of course, they took the article down. The problem is, there are plenty of worse articles on Gawker. They've always been this bad, it's only now that people are finally realizing it. Keep in mind, these people, Gawker Media, they were the ones responsible for telling you all about what Gamergate was. These were the people who decided, you know what, gamers are white male misogynists and all of them are harassers. And you know what? Gamergate is terrorism, sexism. Here's a Gawker exec asking for the return of bullying. Here's a Kotaku writer, someone whose responsibility it is to inform you, saying that objectivity is silly. When Gamergate started, Gawker Media became a whole new kind of self-righteous. They convinced everyone they needed to convince that Gamergate was evil and that their opinions were the only ones that mattered. Self-righteousness evolved into hubris, and now we have this. The day Gawker tore itself apart. Gawker editors resign. Head of company saying, "This is not the company I started." all because of this article and the myriad of ethical violations that led up to its creation. Gawker is burning, and I could not be happier. It's high time that these overpaid, self-aggrandized ideologue bloggers got what was coming to them. So on behalf of Gamergate, on behalf of Reddit, on behalf of the entire internet, I only have one thing to say to you, Gawker.
Fall.